Now let's go ahead and take a look at how you're going to be graded for this class. Grades are going to be based upon 4 exams and 10 assignments given throughout the entire semester. Exam scores, assignment results, and final grades will not be curved under any circumstances. So essentially, the scores that you earn on your exams, your assignments, those are the scores that you have earned. Also, please do not ask for any extra points or assignments to boost grades. I tend to ignore those type of requests because I do have to provide extra points to the entire class in order to be fair. There's typically 1 or 2 opportunities throughout the semester that I do provide for some extra points, but please do not ask me for any additional points on your own because I typically will ignore you and reject you outright. If you do have any disputes about your grades on exams or assignments, they have to be made to me within 1 week of the grade posted in the Canvas. If that deadline passes, the original grade will stand. So do be aware of that. Like we said, 4 exams and 10 assignments. Exams are worth 100 points each. We have 10 online assignments, each worth 10 points. So that gives us a total of 500 points for this entire course. The maximum percentage that you get for this course is 100%. So if you get 100 on all 4 exams, 10s on all of your assignments, the highest score that you can get is 100% if you ball out for this entire class. I will provide you with a grading calculator and a grading scale on Canvas as the semester progresses, so you know exactly where you will stand in terms of the class. Typically, this is exactly what the grading scale should look like, or what I have imagined it to look like in terms of your exams and also your assignments. There's 2 pages of this. I will provide this as the semester goes along. But basically, a 90 is the lowest A that you can get, and then every 5 points after that, 85, 80, that's A minus, B plus, and then so on down the line. We'll explain this a little bit more in detail after the first exam, which gives me a little bit of a better idea of how the class is going to fare throughout the rest of the semester. Typically, how you guys do on your first exam is typically how you will do for the rest of the semester on the other 3 exams as well. The second page is basically including all of your assignments as well. So basically, after every single exam, you will know where you stand after in terms of a letter grade. So if you have 85 total points, that means yes, I have a B after exam number 1. If I have, say, 300 points after exam number 3, that means I'm in the A minus range, and then so on. It's a very, very easy grading scale, so you will know exactly what you can expect in terms of where you currently stand in the course, as well as your final grade for the semester. So there are 4 exams in this course, as you can see, and these are the dates and times that you should be taking the exam. So Monday, September 21st, Wednesday, October 14th, Friday, November 6th, and Saturday, December 5th. Put this into your calendar because these are the exact dates when the exam needs to be taken. The exams, like we said, because this is an online class, is going to be taken through Canvas, and they must be completed and submitted by 11:30 for all 4 of these exams. There's a 90-minute time limit for the first 3 exams, and because exam number 4 is considered your final exam, you do get additional 30 minutes, so you have a 120-minute time limit there. The exams must be taken on these dates, and they are scheduled to open up at 1 a.m. on each of these dates. So what that means is, suppose that on Monday, September 21st, 1 a.m. pops on by, you can go ahead and start taking the exam, chapters 1 through 4. You just have to go ahead and complete it by 11:30. Do note that once you start the exam, you should go ahead and complete it in one sitting. The clock will continue to keep on ticking down until the 90-minute time limit is up. So if you begin the exam at 1 a.m., that means you have until 2:30 to go ahead and complete the exam. That tells us that the latest that you should begin any of these exams right here is going to be 10 o'clock, so 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So all these deadlines are going to be in Eastern Standard Time. So if you begin the exam at 11, that means you only have 30 minutes to take the entire exam because all exams will automatically submit at 11:30. So do be aware of that. It's almost a 24-hour time frame. I give you almost an entire day to take the exam. Just go ahead and find yourself a nice little hole, nice little quiet place to go ahead and take the exam. Also, do be aware that exam grades are not going to be made immediately after taking exams. I typically do like to complete some type of statistical analysis on them, making sure that, hey, something's not out of the ordinary or that I haven't screwed up on one of the questions that I've made. So I typically will post exam scores about a week after you do take the exam. I will make announcements and general findings about the exam in class, on lecture videos, or just on announcements on Canvas. Exam policies, pretty standard boilerplate that we have right here. If you run into any typical technical difficulties, contact FIU Canvas support. They are actually pretty good at what they do, and they are available 24/7, so that's something that you can go ahead and click on. While deadlines are strictly enforced, I am sort of understanding that life does happen. So if you happen to run into any sort of issues, just let me know. Just don't lie to me or come up with some type of BS excuse or some type of reason that just pops into your head. And we can go ahead and make sure that you do have the exam and you have the full sort of logistics and the full sort of amount of time available to you. However, please do let me know ahead of time if you foresee any sort of conflicts with the times and dates listed above, and we can go ahead and work something out in that regard. Exams, like we said, are going to be taken through Canvas, and in order to ensure an equitable and sort of fair testing environment, you do have to download HonorLock, which is a free service provided by FIU for the semester. I know it may be a little bit unpopular, but I just need to make sure that everybody is on the same playing field and that you are the person that you say you are in terms of taking the exam. We don't want someone else taking the exam for you, and that's just a way to sort of guarantee that. In order for you to use HonorLock, you have to download it. You have to use Google Chrome in order to allow an extension on it. And you also have to have a computer with webcam and microphone access, as well as photo identification. If you don't have a webcam and microphone, I would highly suggest that you try to get one as soon as possible because you do need it in order to take any of the exams. And photo identification, whether it be your FIU sort of or Panther sort of identification, whether it be a government issued license, any type of photo identification is perfectly fine. We just need to make sure that you are the person enrolled in the class and taking the exam. Exams consist of 40 multiple choice questions. Even though these are multiple choice questions, do not assume that these exams are going to be very easy. I do create my own questions, and the questions will come from a instructor created question pool. That means you're going to be tested on all the same material that we cover in the lectures, but the questions and answers that you see are going to be different from one another. I make my questions from the lecture videos, lecture slides, notes on the overhead, so the notes that I take on the videos, problem sets, and assignments. Basically, the questions are going to be, there are no surprises with any of the exam questions. We will have covered it in some manner or fashion through one of these sort of facets. Students are only going to have one attempt per exam, so the time limit for all exams is 90 minutes, except for the one during finals week. Like we said before, once you begin the exam on Canvas, you have to complete it in one sitting. Do not leave until you have submitted. If you leave before you submit it, that means the time is going to continue to keep on clicking down until the 90 minutes is up when the exam is going to automatically submit. So you do want to complete it in one sitting. Don't leave it. Don't close out your browser. You have to complete it in one sitting. And like we said before as well, please ensure that you have at least 90 minutes before the deadline. Exams will automatically submit at 11:30. So the latest you should take any of these exams is 10 p.m. Do not wait to the last minute. Things happen. It's going to be Murphy's Law if you wait until last minute. So ensure that you have, you've basically you've planned properly for these exams, for these times, and making sure that everything is going to work out well. Given that the exams are online, I am going to allow you to use certain resources, so physical copies of the notes, lecture slides, problem sets, the textbook. I am a big fan of allowing this type of stuff for exams. I don't like memorization. So here, basically, you are allowed to use these resources whenever you take the exams. And I've sort of made HonorLock make it so it won't flag you for using these particular resources. Full understanding of the material, proper economic intuition, and critical thinking / analytical skills are needed to answer all the questions correctly. So I don't test on memorization. I don't test definition type of questions. You will need full understanding of the material in order to do well on these exams, as we've already explained. Having writing utensils, scratch paper, and a calculator is also going to be very beneficial for taking these particular exams. However, please do note that while I do allow these resources on exams, do not use other electronic devices, so say a tablet, your cell phone, or other laptop devices, because HonorLock will flag that as a sort of excluded device. So here, these physical copies of these resources perfectly fine, but other electronic devices are no-go on these exams. The other component of your grade are going to be these online assignments. There are 10 online assignments throughout the semester, pretty much one for every chapter. And I'll open it up so that you guys have about a week, 7 or 8 days in order to complete these assignments, to view it and submit it onto Canvas. Each assignment is worth 10 points, and they contain several short answer mathematical and applied questions with multiple parts. So you will have to show all of your work on all of these questions, and you have to go ahead and answer all these questions. Handwritten is probably going to be the best bet for you because there's a lot of math and graphical graphical type of questions, but if you want to go ahead and type it up, I'm perfectly fine with that as well. And upload your submission to Canvas in the assignment Dropbox before the deadline of 10 p.m. for each of these assignments due dates. I do highly prefer a PDF file, but if you can't learn how to convert it into a PDF file, then other formats are fine. There are ways to double check that the assignment is uploaded correctly on Canvas, so go ahead and make sure that the assignment is uploaded correctly there. I will grade assignments according to the rubric found on the last page of the syllabus, so you can go ahead and take a closer look at that. It's pretty basic once again. I am interested in how correct your answers are and how detailed your answers are, so you can have all the answers correct, but if you just provide me with the answers, you're not showing me any work, then essentially I'm not going to be very happy with that. So you're going to get 0 marks in terms of this second sort of component right here, the second criteria. So you can go ahead and take a look at this, but this is exactly how the 10 points for all of these assignments are going to come into play, how correct your answers are, how detailed your answers are, and how well you follow instructions. So basically this is the rubric of how the assignments are going to be graded. Do note that assignments that are in an unknown format, uploaded incorrectly, contain the incorrect file, not uploaded, they are late, they cannot be read. I am not going to be dealing with any of these type of sort of technical issues. They are going to receive a grade of 0. So you, like we said, you do want to go ahead and make sure that everything is correct. You can always double check your submission through Canvas, or you can email me to verify the submission. Like with the exams, online assignment grades typically post to Canvas within 1 week, and once completed, solutions will be posted to Canvas. The first assignment is actually something that you can go ahead and take a look at right now. It's the longest assignment out of all of them because it does cover 4 chapters, and you're going to notice that you do not want to wait until last minute to complete these assignments because they do have a lot of different parts of them. So I will ask you some type of opinion questions, some type of discussion questions as well, asking you to create your own examples, but you also notice that there are going to be there are also going to be a lot of application and critical thinking type of questions. So here, question number 4 with Tiger King right here, it asks you to make the table for opportunity cost. So calculate absolute advantage, calculate comparative advantage, and then so on down the line. So here, all of these questions, they are going to be short answer, free response type of questions, and you will have to show all of your work for all of these type of things. And this is going to be very, very extensive. If you know how to do all of these questions in the online assignments, that means you're going to be extremely well prepared when it comes for exams. So I'm going to say that the online assignments are much, much more sort of involved in the exam questions. So this is just going to give you the extra practice that you need in order for exam time. So basically what we covered are the components for your grades. You know exactly how grades are going to be calculated. We have 10 assignments, we have 4 exams, 500 total points in terms of the entire class, and I'll provide you with the grading scale after the first exam. If you have any questions in terms of the assignments or exams before they sort of pop up, once again, feel free to contact with me and I'll go ahead and clear that up for you. In the last sort of section of the syllabus, we'll go ahead and take a look at the schedule and also a few miscellaneous components that might be relevant for you.